right. Well, either through our own scientific studies or knowledge, or by listening over and over again to the lyrics of the theme song to the Big Bang Theory TV series, most of us know a bit, or maybe even a lot, about the Big Bang Theory of the origin of the universe. And even though nowadays astronomers are arguing about it, whether it is or it isn't, but then again, it seems like we're all arguing about something. But for now, the Big Bang Theory is the most widely accepted scientific explanation for the origin and expansion of the universe, suggesting it began as a tiny, powerful, singular energy hotspot that instantaneously began expanding about 13.7 billion years ago. And as the universe expanded and cooled, the waves from that original energy source transformed into the first particles. And then those particles then combined to form atoms. And eventually those atoms formed the stars and the galaxies and all the physical things we see today, including our own physical forms. And it all started with a Big Bang. Obviously, you're not fans of the Big Bang series. That's the way it ends. But Rumi was. And I believe that's why he wrote, "We are stars wrapped in skin. The light you are seeking has always been within." The Big Bang wasn't an actual explosion, but a burst from one powerful energy source, and the universe has been expanding ever since. All these billions and billions and billions of years. To put it in terms that we're more familiar with here at LEC, when God made the powerful, irresistible command, "Let there be light," the spiritual vibrational energy of that light was sent forth to be fruitful and multiply and grow and expand. Galaxies are still moving out and expanding to this day in reverent obedience to the command to expand. We read in the Way of the Heart, what if you were to consider yourself as a wave arising from the holy mind of God, born of God's infinite desire to expand herself, to express the infinite nature of love and creativity? What if you began to realize that all that you have called yourself is the effect of love? That you did not cause yourself to come into existence. Now, last Sunday, we considered that when we talk about the Christ, it isn't a religious thing. It's a spiritual thing because we're spiritual beings. And that's true no matter what religion someone might be or if they have no religion at all. It's also true that when we talk about the Christ, it's a scientific thing. Because the Christ is that eternal energy or wave of light that burst forth in the beginning as the offspring of love. Everything that exists comes from the one singular source of that light of love. God's infinite desire to express the nature of love and creativity. Everything that exists. It's that fundamental energy of creation that causes us to be creative. It's that energy that turns the vibration of our invisible thoughts into visible things, like our body and like what we see around us and the experiences that we call our life. Science is a wonderful thing because it's the revelation of intelligence. It's always moving forward in its desire to bring the unknown to light. It doesn't stand still. It's always seeking to discover the cause or the law or the principle hidden beneath the physical world and what appears to be. And there's a lot that we don't see that's hidden from our view, that is caused by universal laws and principles. And we just automatically accept many of them as true. We don't have to study them. We just see the effects of them. For example, we can't see the law of gravity, but we have a deep respect for it, especially for standing on some high place, because we know it's there somewhere, and we also know that we can't avoid what it does. And even though we may avoid high places because we're afraid of what the law of gravity can do, we can't avoid the invisible law of attraction that moves into action with our every thought, because we're always thinking. Everything that's going on in this visible environment in which we're focused, that we call our life every day, is vibrational and thought created. So it would be wise for us to cultivate a deep respect for the law of attraction while we're thinking about it and when we're thinking about anything else. Science of Mind tells us we know that thoughts are things. We know that thought is intelligent and has power within itself to objectify itself. How often do we think about that? We know that belief makes thought very powerful. Thoughts are powerful whether we believe them or not, but it's our belief that makes them powerful in our world, in our life, in our experience. Quantum physics tells us the same thing this way. When an energy system, that's us, is free to move through space without being observed or measured, it behaves like a wave, kind of flows with life. When it interacts with its environment, this human environment of things, and encounters another particle, it becomes localized as a specific point in space. In other words, here we are. We're a point in space, and we have a point of view in time and space. Everything we see in physical form and expression is the result of our particle interaction, our being interaction with the physical world, and our interpretation of that interaction. Quantum physics tells us reality is subjective and that it's influenced by the observer. Is it a wave? Is it a particle? Depends who's looking. It tells us that thoughts and beliefs have the power to shape our external reality. This is science. And that we attract experiences and people and circumstances that resonate with our dominant mental and emotional states. Could have come right out of any of our books. The Way of the Heart tells us, in each and every moment, you cannot be a victim of what you see, and nothing is outside of you. What you experience, you have directly and deliberately called to yourself. Merely look with the wonder of a child. I did that. And see what it feels like, that thing we did. And then ask yourself, is this an energy I wish to continue? Or would I choose something else? That's how free we are. When we just allow ourselves to be. When we just flow with life. If we're not approaching our life from a spiritual, scientific standpoint, that we're a vibrational being creating our life as we're living it, and if we're not taking deliberate care about what we're offering energetically, that's creating it as it is for us, then we're wandering around this human environment kind of haphazardly, kind of neglectfully, and pretty carelessly as far as creating a life we enjoy is concerned. I mean, maybe we're attracting some good things, but we're also attracting some not so good things, depending on what we're putting out vibrationally most of the time. Which brings us to the title of today's talk, Wag Your Tail. Just like we humans, dogs have different personalities and express themselves differently from each other. Some dogs may wag their tails more frequently and more enthusiastically than other dogs. Some look like a helicopter when they are wagging their tails. But if a dog's tail is wagging low and slow, or isn't wagging at all, we likely won't think that the dog is enjoying itself or feels happy or safe. In other words, a dog's tail is an open book. And so is ours, vibrationally speaking. Sometimes we say things we don't mean. And sometimes we feel things we don't say. And it seems we get away with both as far as our interaction with someone goes. I mean, it seems like, for the moment, we fooled them with our words, no matter how we're feeling. But the law of attraction is never listening to our words. It's always watching the vibration of our tail. We can't fake it till we make it. and still make it in the vibrational world we live in. Because the experiences we attract, the people and the circumstances are resonating to our dominant mental, emotional state in any moment. No one is actually attracted to us because of the way we look or because of what we say. And if they are, it's not for long, and they don't stay. Because we are all vibrational beings that resonate with each other's energy. We feel each other, which is to say, our vibrational tails are an open book. If we want to attract into our life a life we enjoy while we're living it, if we want to attract people and circumstances and happenings and experiences that we enjoy, we have got to find a way to wag our vibrational tail in true joy. It's the only way. Abraham Hicks tells us the more you look for positive aspects of your current life, because there's always some good to see, the more positive aspects will step forward to reveal themselves to you. You just got to wag them into visibility. The love of God, the joy of God was so powerful that it burst forth as the light of creation. We are that creation. And there's always so much more good to be and see and experience. One singular source caused infinite waves of pure love and pure delight to come forth with the command to be fruitful and multiply, to grow and expand. Wayne Dyer wrote, "Everything is either an opportunity to grow or an obstacle to keep you from growing. You get to choose." We can choose to let a wave of negativity move through us and move on. Or we can turn it into a particle thing that stays right in front of us as an obstacle to our joy. We can choose to focus on a wave of joy that we suddenly feel and just focus on that. And even though it hasn't manifested and we're not even sure why we felt it when we did, but if we catch that wave, if we focus on that, it will turn into particles of joyous people and events and circumstances and happenings and healings all around us. We choose to grow and expand as our source intended us to in every moment that we intentionally adjust or realign our joy in being alive. Anytime we make that adjustment to mirror, to resonate with, to be in perfect alignment with the joy of our source. It's been said, nature never gives an animal a tail too big or heavy to wag. God's love gave birth to us so that we could grow and expand this universe, so that we could expand the love that it is by loving our life and loving each other. Our vibrational tail wags like a helicopter every time we remember that's true. Namaste. Okay. All right. Well, I'm just going to stop fidgeting with it. This is a time of our service when we say thank you. We've said thank you for being here. Thank you for shining your light all the way through this service. You don't get to see what I see because I get to see you all at once. And thank you for that. Thank you for caring about who you are and wanting to live that in a more expanded way. And thank you for all those reasons for tuning in live stream or finding us on video. And we would like to continue doing this. It's a powerful thing. And we're all in this together. And I know that all of you are doing everything you can to support LEC financially. But if you're new this morning, you just happen to find us, that's your lucky day. And you're wondering how you can feel more a part of things, or you can tune in and we'll still be here. If you want to know how to support us financially so that we can continue to do what we do and add to the powerful intention of creation, then our wonderful treasurer who does amazing things with our finances is here to tell you how. Dr. Jamie Phillips.
Good morning. Didn't that talk kind of remind you of the song, "Let me see you shake your tail feather"? Remember that song? Well, it's okay. I don't know the rest of the words, so I just remember that verse. Anyway, if you would like to donate to the Life Enrichment Center, there's several ways you can do it if you're watching this online. You can go to facebook.com/Life Enrichment Center and hit the donate button on that page. You can go to our website, lecflint.com. There's a donate button on that page, and you'll also find the talk and the synopsis on that site. You can go to paypal.com. Our PayPal email address is lec2512@gmail.com, and you can donate via that way, or you can send us a check to our P.O. Box, Life Enrichment Center. You can probably put LEC. P.O. Box 321294, Flint, Michigan 48532. And here in the sanctuary, we're going to be taking up an offertory while we listen to Marcia Allen sing in this very room. And then Reverend Stephanie will be back for our gratitude prayer. Thank you so much.